Yo, what's going on, everybody? Back again for this brand new episode for you. So this episode is going to be a little bit different from my usual mental moments. This week, I'll be bouncing back off of what we talked about last week, episode 12, the cost of loyalty. The difference with this one is going to be, I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to home because everybody can relate to the NBA player and the college player dealing with their decisions of, do I stay or do I go? But I know a lot of players have dealt with, do I stay with this lower level local travel ball team or do I go to this regional level basketball team or this national basketball team as far as travel ball goes? Or do I leave this smaller school over here in this area and transfer over to this bigger school in this area if I'm in middle school or high school? Most likely high school though. So just to kind of address these issues for the players, I want you guys to be mindful of these three things. Number one, I want you to be very, very self-aware. If you are dealing with this decision, I want you to be self-aware and honest with yourself. First, you have to be aware of what your goals and your aspirations are. If you plan to play Division I basketball or you plan to play professional basketball, whether that's NBA or WNBA or if that's an overseas thing, you have to be aware of if that's a realistic dream for you. And be honest with yourself. That's number one, because if you're not even remotely close to being the type of player, then you have to be comfortable with the outcome of that, you know what I mean? So if you're not in a position to be a Division I player or a professional player, then you just have to make the decision off of different things. Aside of, you just want to keep playing for fun, you want to keep playing competitively, and do you want to play just to make yourself look good? Do you want to play with a good team? There's other factors go into it, but you have to be honest and self-aware. And if you are that player that's in contention of being a Division I player or a possible professional player, then consider the things for yourself, which is number two. You kind of got to be selfish right now, man. You have to look at things for yourself. You can't just base everything off your teammates and your friends and the coach. You have to be selfish right here and decide if this is the best decision for you. Not the best decision for your teammates, not the best decision for the coach or the rest of the team, but if this is the best thing for you to do. And if you can separate yourself from that and be comfortable with that decision, then I'm all for that. Which leads me to number three is, if you can live with whatever decision you make 20, 30, 50 years from now, then by all means go with that. So if you look back and you say you stayed with this team and you're comfortable with the decision and the outcome that it came with, then by all means stay. Or if you look back 20, 30 years from now and you say, man, I'm glad I changed teams and I moved off, went to this new program or this new organization or whatever, then by all means go with that. So you have to be honest with yourself, man. And so a lot of players have this delusional mindset of they're in position to be a D1 player and they haven't even played school ball at all yet. They're not even working out hard enough to be considered that type of player. If you're not working pretty much every single day, you're not putting in strenuous work, you're not, really busting your butt to achieve these goals, then you have to be honest with yourself and say, you don't want it that bad. So you have to be honest again with that dream and change your dream. Because if you're not working hard enough for that dream, then it doesn't make sense for you to be mindful of, trying to make that decision now. So for my players that are dealing with this decision and you are in contention, you have to be comfortable with everything. You might lose a friend or two here and there, you might lose a friendship here and there, but honestly, some of that is a needed thing, because if you handle everything the right way and you're straight up with your friends, straight up with the coach, and you tell them, hey, I'm not coming back to this team, I think this is a better decision for me, and they can't live with that and they handle that the wrong way, then that's more than likely the person you'll need in your life. That's more than likely somebody who was just out, probably using you for the wrong reasons, or somebody that's not genuinely there for you as a person. They were there for the benefits of you as a player. So just be honest with yourself and make sure you handle business accordingly if you do leave. And at the end of the day, I respect your decision regardless. If Dame Lillard looks back and says, I'm a Blazer for life and I didn't win a ring, but I'm fine with the outcome and decision of my career and myself, then by all means, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm a full supporter of it. If KD looks back and let's say he wins 5 more rings with the Nets because they have a crazy roster, and he says, I'm happy with every decision I made and every move that I made, then I'm happy for you too. Both guys can look at the end of their career and say they're satisfied and happy with the outcome. And they felt like they did what was best for them. They felt like they did what was best for them to win. Then who am I to look at them and say, you handled your career wrong? I can't do that. So same thing for you guys. You all have to decide if you look back and, you're doing what's best for you. You're very aware that this is an opportunity for you to win and you feel like this is a realistic thing for you, then by all means, go for it. I can't say that you're crazy for going after it and you feel like you're in that position to go after it and you're satisfied and content with the outcome of whatever it is. So I feel like you guys have to take all that into account and just be mindful of what you're going after, man. So make sure that you guys, understand the cost of your dreams. So if you really want to make it to certain levels, you have to take certain risks and certain gambles. So if leaving that team is the gamble you feel like you're willing to take that gamble and take that jump. If you feel like staying in that team, that local team, is going to make you in position to get you the right exposure to elevate your game and elevate your attention to yourself, then by all means take that jump. So if you can live with that decision and you're comfortable with the outcome of it, you're comfortable with the possible outcome of it, then who am I or who is anybody else to say that you made the wrong move, wrong decision? If you have all the information, all the facts, and you're at peace with your decision, then everybody else should be at peace with it too. So hopefully this helps you out. This isn't a tell you what to do type of thing. I like to expose you to the perspective of both sides or every side possible and just speak to you how I feel like you should be spoken to. I know this is a very general thing to not get into details, but I just feel like this is a helpful thing to go through. So appreciate you listening and tuning in to us, or to me this time. We'll be back again soon. The podcast coming out every week, man. We're on the roll right now. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. All my Apple heads, all my Spotify users, YouTube subscribers, anywhere else you can get a podcast, listen to. Subscribe to us there. Follow us there. Make sure you like it. Give it a 5-star rating. Give us a nice review. Tell us what you like. Hit me and Nelson up. Tell us what you want to listen to. What topics you want us to talk about. What topics you want us to touch on. We all for it, man. So follow my guy Nelson at NellyH34 on Twitter. Follow him on Facebook at Nelson Haskin. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at BeBall Jones, B-E Ball Jones. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And consider the options for yourself, man. Be a little bit selfish. Know what's best for you. Look back, and if you're able to look back and be comfortable with that decision, by all means, be at peace with it. And be self-aware and be honest of if this is a realistic dream for you, if you're in a realistic position to get there, and if you're not, make a few tweaks, make a few changes, man. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one.